Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my Smugmug series of videos. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, then I suggest you go check it out. I'll put a link up in the corner now. Also, if you're not familiar with Smugmug, then I'll give you a quick overview now. Smugmug is a dedicated photography website platform. If you're looking to get a photography website and you don't have any technical knowledge, you don't want to have to try to build one yourself or pay a fortune for somebody to build one, then Smugmug is the perfect option. It's the easiest way to get yourself set up with a photography website. You don't need any technical knowledge. It's a very simple drag and drop system to build your website and to upload your photos and everything. So it's the simplest way to get started. Plus, you don't need to worry about maintaining your website and updating it, because that's all done for you by the Smugmug system. Okay, so if you are interested in getting a Smugmug website, I am an affiliate, and that means that I can also offer you a 15% discount if you decide to sign up to any of the Smugmug plans. Okay, I won't go too much into all the details now because I did that in my first video, so if you want to know more you can go check that out. But basically, when you first sign up to Smugmug, you can sign up for a 14-day free trial, and you have no obligation. You don't have to use your credit card to sign up or anything. And at the end of that 14-day, if you do decide that you want to purchase one of their plans, then you'll automatically get the 15% discount. Now, the way to do that is to use my special affiliate link, which is down in the description below. And if you click that link and you sign up to your trial, it's automatically applied. You'll see up here in the blue section, it's saying you'll get 15% off when you subscribe. You don't need to enter any code. You don't need to do anything else. Once you've signed up, it's in the system, and if you decide to purchase the plan, you'll automatically get 15% off. Okay? As I said, I won't go too much into Smugmug now, so if you want to know more, go check out my previous video. And in my previous video, we looked at building your... In my previous video, we looked at uploading your photos and setting up all of your photo galleries. Okay? So in this video, we're going to look at actually putting the website together. Okay, so we'll sign into my account. I have my own Smugmug website as well as my own website. So we'll sign into my Smugmug and we'll get started. Okay. Okay, so once you've logged into your Smugmug account, you find yourself in the back end, of course. And of course, if you watched my previous video, you'll already know how to set up your photo galleries, how to upload your photos, and in which case you'll find them here. Okay, again, as I said, if you haven't watched that already, then do feel free to check out my previous video that covers this subject. Okay, so before you build your website, you want to upload some photos at least, you know, because otherwise you'll have no photos to build up your website with. So once you've got at least 2 or 3 galleries set up, you can then look at building your website around those photos. Okay, you can always add more galleries, more photos and everything later, but you at least want to have something there to get started. Okay, so up here, as you can see, you've got upload for your photos. Click here to look at your photos, click here to organize, and here is where you set up your website. So photo site, so we click photo site. Okay, now I've already built my website already, so when you click photo site, it takes you there. Okay, now if you want to create a new site, okay, you've got options up here. Change site theme. If you click that, yeah, you'll have an option of site-wide themes that you can choose. Okay, new site design. Now that's the first thing you want to do. First thing you want to do is create a site design, and Smugmug have several templates which you can use to get started with. Okay, and customize allows you then to customize the website. So if you've set up a site design, you've got your template, you can then customize that template. You can change the theme. The theme allows you to change background, colors, text, and things like that. Okay. So first thing you wanted to go is to new site design. So let's click that. Yeah. Now if you've worked on any already, like I have, you'll see it here in my saved site designs. Now you can actually create several different designs and save them all, and then activate obviously one at a time. So you'll see that in this case I've got the My Smoky design, okay, and you can see that it says current, which means that that's the one I'm using at the moment. So if you scroll down, now you can browse all the different site designs that are available. Okay, so there's quite a good selection, different types depending on the type of photographer you are. If you're a wedding photographer, there's a nice Jasper is a nice wedding template. If you're an architecture photographer here, so you know there are various different types that you've got available. Okay, so basically just scroll down, have a look at them, and pick out 1, 2 or 3, whichever ones that you like. Okay, and then you can preview them. Okay, so if we look here, first of all, this Sierra design, yeah, it's a nice clean front page with full size images and probably a rotating slideshow. So if you want to see how your site would look, now this is why I say you need some pictures there. If you make sure you've got some photos and galleries uploaded, because then you can preview it with your own photos. If you haven't, then you'll be previewing it with somebody else's photos. Yeah, so you want to do it with your own photos. So if we go on here and click preview, okay, this will then open a preview of this template with your website and your photos. Okay, yeah, so if you like it, you can choose this design. If you don't like it, or you want to look at some others, just simply click back and look at some others. Okay, so let's scroll down. Okay, let's maybe this one. Let's preview this one. And rather than a single image background, in this case the home page will showcase all of your latest photos in this case. But you can change that, as I said, you know. You can change this to show specific photos rather than just the latest photos, you know. So this is just a template. So again, you know, what you really want to do is just look at the site design and layout and see if you like it or not, because it's a good starting point. If you get the right layout, then it saves you a lot of time. Of course, you just need to then customize and modify it slightly. So again, let's go back. Okay, keep scrolling down. Okay, yeah, Smoky, this is the one I've got already, so you saw how that looked. We could try this one perhaps. Okay, yeah. Okay, so try a few different ones out, and then when you've decided on the one you want, so I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to use the one I've got originally because I prefer that, but of course for this demonstration purposes I'm going to try it and set up something different. Okay, so I quite like this full screen images. That's a nice rotating slideshow of images. Now this is picking out randomly images from my galleries. Now we can change that. As I said, I can select specific images here. I can choose a specific gallery or whatever. So basically it's just the concept. I like the idea. Okay, I like the look. Full screen images with my links up the top and my logo here. So let's say I'm going to choose this one. Okay, so then I click choose design. Now you can apply the design, publish now, so you can publish it as it is. immediately. Now, if you don't have a website set up, then maybe it's good to publish it and then continue to customize it. Okay, but if you're not ready to publish it just yet, then go to customize. And that brings you to the custom template page. Okay, now down on the right here, this is your panel with all of the tools and options that you have available. Okay, now you can close this so then you can see the whole website while you're working on it. So when you're doing something, for example, then you want to preview it, you don't always have to go to the preview button. You can just close this panel. It will minimize to a little green square with a plus, and you can bring it back anytime you want. You can also switch it to the other side, so if you want to view something that you're doing on this side, or switch it back. Okay, now up here you have your pages. If you click this one, this will bring you to the section where whatever you put here will appear across your entire site. Now this is ideal, of course, for your headers and any footers. So you can see that the footer here is selected. This is going to appear on every page. It says on entire site. This will indicate that whatever is here will appear on every single page on your website. Okay, and then you can look at the individual pages. So by default it creates you a home page, and if you've got galleries, of course, it will create you a gallery page, and here it will show the gallery content. Okay, so again we can click this preview button to preview it and navigate, so you can then see how these pages will look. So if we click search, brings up a search button, we click browse, okay, it brings up a page with all your galleries. Again, if we go back to search, you can look at, it's got links to photos, galleries, various things like this. So that's what you have on your site at the moment. Now you can create individual pages, extra pages yourself, so I'll show you how to do that in another video, but for now let's just concentrate on some of the basics. Okay, so if we go back to entire site and we go back to our header, okay, now this is your logo, okay, and at the moment by default it will give you a text logo. So you can have a simple text logo, input here whatever text you want to. So I could say Ian Middleton Photography. I could change the text font size, I could make it bigger, and I can choose a different font if I want to, and various other options here. Okay, I can make it uppercase. That's kind of a nasty looking font actually. Okay, so I can play around with that. Okay, but if you have an image logo, if you have your own logo, then you can put that in instead. So to get rid of that text, just simply erase it and make sure that text box is blank. Go to the image, click here. Now you need to have already uploaded your logo into a folder. So I've already done that, and I've got it here in profile images. This is my logo. Okay, now we can see how my logo is going to look. If I want to make it smaller, and I can resize the width. If we make it 500 or 400, that's better. So I can set the size, I can set the shape to make it a circle or a rounded square if I want, or keep it original, which is what I want to do. And if you're happy with that, simply click done. Okay, so again, when you come up here and this box is highlighted, over here on the left you'll see the options. You've got this cross here will allow you to move it around. Okay, this button here will help you set dimensions. Okay, so you can see here we can set margins. So I've got a margin of 24 pixels from the top, so that's given me a gap of 24 pixels. and a bottom margin of 0 here. So if I wanted to make that also larger, there we go. Now I've made that 24. I've increased the gap between here and here. But what that's done is basically increase the gap between your menu links and the logo. Okay, so it's a good reason why it's been made 0. Okay, now the container width, I could make that smaller, and then I could have add another box over in the corner here. So if I wanted, for example, let's close that. If I wanted that to be 50%, so what I could do is drag this one up next to it. So what we do, the way that we drag things around, you'll see that if I drag this up into the logo box, it gives me arrows left, up, down and right. So if I want to put this menu to the left of my logo, then I hover over my left button and there you go. Now I've got the two boxes next to each other with my menu on the left. If I want it to be to the right, then I drag it back over to the logo. In this case, I then hover over the right button. Now I've got my two boxes next to each other with my menu links on the right. Okay, so then what I could do is go to Tools, Basic, come down to the bottom here and choose to align my logo to the left. Okay, there we go. And then go back to my margins, because now I'm too close to the edge. Yeah, and I could set my left margin to 24 to bring it in a bit. Then I could set my top margin to 10 to bring it up a bit. Okay, click done. Now I can go over to my menu. Okay, and we've got the same options here, dimensions and tools. So if I click the tool button, yeah, the same, I can then align this to the right. Click done. Again, go to my menu, dimensions, and in this case set a right margin of 24, so it's not so close to the edge. Okay, and then I could, if I want to, set my top margin to, let's make it equal 36, to put that more into the middle. Now click done. Okay, and now I can preview how that will look on my website. Okay, now I've just changed that, and if I like that, I can keep it. Okay, but if I don't, well, I can always just put things back the way they were. Okay, I'll go back to entire site. Okay, I'll close this so I can see things better. So I want to put it back because I actually quite liked the logo at the top and the menu bar underneath. So again, I'll go back over to logo, move it down to the down arrow to indicate that I want to put it below. Okay. Yeah. Now, oh, one other thing. One other thing that you could do, if we go to dimensions, container width. Now if I want the container to be larger, then I could make this 75. Okay, now this makes this container 75% and this container 25%. Okay, or alternatively, if I want to make this one 25% and my logo container longer, I can do that. If I want to add another container, I could add a third one into the middle if I wanted to. Okay, say for example I want to bring in some text. Okay, so if we go down here to content, this is what's already here on the entire site. So we've got a logo, we've got a menu, and we've got social icons at the bottom, and down here we can add content blocks. So if I wanted to add some extra text here, I can click this and I could add another title. So let's say I can drag that title and I want to put it to the right of the logo. Yeah, this has now placed it in the middle. I can centralize that, and then I can change this text to landscape photographer. And again, I can make this with an accent. Under this theme it makes it green, or I can just leave it as default. Okay, text size, could make it large if I want, make it medium, okay, and click OK. So if I want to, I could have that in the middle. But if you don't and you realize which it looks terrible, I can just simply go to this little bin and click to remove the block. Put everything back the way that it was. Okay? So, if you're happy, as I said, preview how it looks. You can preview it using the preview button, or you can just simply click your home page button here to see how it's going to look. Okay? Now one thing you can see here is that my buttons are not very clear. So I will go back. Okay, I can click from within this page. You don't get all of the options available, but you still get the toolbar options. So I can just simply click this, and I can change the text color to emphasized, which makes it white. Muted, that's what it was before, it's not so nice. And accent, green. So if I make it emphasized, then I make it white. Okay, so now that looks better. Okay, so that's the main header with the logo and the navigation bar. Okay, so again, let's bring this back. If I want to add a button here, then I'll move this over the other side so I can see, of course. Okay, and again, let's go down to add content, and you'll see navigation. Okay, now I can add a button, or I can add another menu, okay, or I can add some breadcrumbs. So let's say, for example, I want to add a button to the center here. Okay, I want to add it above the content. Okay, there we go. Now I can make this button centralized. Okay, and I can choose workshops, for example. Again, make it big or make it small. Set the color. I want to make that nice and green to stand out. And I can link to a page that I choose. I can link to a custom URL. So if I have my workshops page on a completely different website, then I can enter that in here. I could say I've got another website, for example, here at middletonphotography.com/tours. I could set that as my external link. And if you're using an external link, then it's best to set it to open the link in a new tab. Because if you're setting an external link, you're taking people away from your website. And if you do that, if you take people away from your Smugmug website, they may not be able to get back to it. Okay, so it's best to always set it to open in a new tab, and this way, even when they're navigating your other page, when they close that, your Smugmug website's still there, so they may well come back and look again. So whenever it's an external link, set it to open in a new tab. Okay, and if you click done, again, if we preview this, okay, now if I click this button now, you'll see it's opened in a completely new tab, and it will take people to that page on my other website. Okay, but my Smugmug page is still here in the other tab. Okay, Okay, let's go back up here. If I want to set it to a page within my site, then the options will be here. So you could create a workshop page within Smugmug. You can need to create that as a separate page, which again as I said, I'll show you in another video. But you can then, when you create your own pages, those pages will also appear here. So you can set the links to link to those pages. Okay, and if you do that, say we choose the browse page, okay, you'll see the option in this case to link to open in a different tab has disappeared. Okay, if we set to contact form, you need to add a contact form, of course. Okay, yeah, a page I choose. So if you click this, yeah, if you've created extra pages, they will appear here. So you can select the page, or you can select one of your galleries. So in this case, let's say I can select my Seascapes gallery. Click done. Now of course I want to change my button title to let's say view latest gallery, for example. Yeah, now that button will now link people to the gallery for my that will now link people to my Seascapes gallery. Okay, and again we've got the option to open that link in a new tab. Now because it's a gallery or a page on your own website, on your Smugmug website, then you don't want to do that. So make sure that is turned off. Okay, and again click done. Okay, so that's how you add a button. You can add that button anywhere. Now I've added it on the home page. Now you'll see here, if we go to entire site, it's not there. Yeah, so be wary, whatever you add here on entire site will appear on every page. If you want that button to appear on every page, that's great. If you don't, make sure you do it on the page where you want it to appear. Okay, okay, so there we go. That's how we add a navigation button. Okay, let's close this. Let's go to our menu links up here. Now if you want to add links to this, then this is where you do it. So click on the toolbar, go to menu, click links, and here is a list of the links that you already have. If you want to change those links, you just simply click on the one you want to change. Okay, and let's say I want to change this to Seascapes. Link to, and here again page I choose my page, select my Seascapes gallery, click done. Again you've got the option to open a link in a new tab. Click done. Now you see that's changed to Seascapes. If we preview that, if I click this link, there you go. That's taken me to my Seascapes gallery. Okay, go back. Again, click the button, and if I want to add a link or get rid of a link, so I want to get rid of this search button, I can just simply click delete, or I can add a new link here. So instead of having it on the button, here I could have my workshops button again. Yeah, because if it's if you create the page within Smugmug, then do it this way. Yeah, click this, find the page you've created here, and select it. But again, as I said, as I've created, as I have my workshops page on a separate site, then I'll click custom URL. Okay, and I'll do the same thing. photography.com/tours. I'll open that in a new page and click done. Okay, so we close that. Now we can see Again, preview. Now we can see I've got a workshop buttons up there in the corner, which will open my workshops page on my other website. Okay. 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 So this is the content. Yeah, so on the content button, these are all the content blocks that you can add. Okay, so you can add, let's say for example, click plus. Let's say I want to add a gallery. Okay, then because I got a button here already, I want to go up here. Now I want to add my gallery underneath my button. So here, as you can see what's just come up, in the middle of this, I can have my galleries. Again, I can set my dimensions. I can move it if I want to move it above this button here. I can do. I can select the tool bar to then customize this gallery. So down here we've got a grid layout. If you move this, you can see it better. You can choose grid layout. You can choose a vertical layout, collage, landscape layout, collage, portrait layout, or grid. Simple grid. Keep it simple. Looks nice. Now I can have my photo sizes small or large. Now if I want to make them large, then I'm going to want to make this container wider, so we'll do that in a minute, but I like them large. Okay, now your photo aspect ratio, you can select 1:1, 4:3, so you can change the ratio accordingly. Okay, I think it looks nicer like this, 4:3, so I'm going to keep that. Then click display. Here you can set the space between photos, so you can make the space wider between the photos. Okay, or you can keep them at 1, or have no space at all. Okay, show icon, yes or no, turn it off, turn it on. Info style, you can have it off, so there's no info. Under, bottom bar, or covering. Okay, bottom bar I think is nicest. Info hover, so if we show, when you hover, the info appears. When you don't, it's disappeared. I can leave that off. Info text, center, right, or left. Looks better on the left, personally. Pagination scroll, pagination style, so you can set to click or scroll. Okay. Sort by, you can sort by the date added, date modified, the name, or by default. Okay, so if you like that, click done. So the problem, of course, when I've only got 3 galleries is that it does look a bit odd when it's like this. So then what I would do, if we go back to display, if we go back to basic and go back to our aspect ratio or our photo size, we can choose to make them small, in which case they look like this, or we can choose maybe to make them medium and a 1:1, but still doesn't fit, does it? So I think if we make them like this, then this looks good. Okay, if I ever create a 4th gallery, then I can then obviously change that, but it doesn't look right if there are 3 in that format. Okay, so again, yeah, there we go. That's that on the home page. So we can add folders, we can add pages, we can add individual photos. So I could, for example, let's say multiple photos, let's put underneath here. Okay, photos, I can select from a single gallery, choose the gallery. So I could, for example, have a featured gallery. Click that. Okay. And now you'll see it's showing you photos from that gallery. Again, align text, all these options are here. Actions on click, so if somebody clicks on a picture it will take them to the gallery or open a lightbox. Okay. Again, options for the layout, photo size, photo aspect ratio, so again we can make that 4.3 so we show the pictures properly. Go to display, okay, info style, space between photos. Okay. Or if you don't want to select a single gallery, you can also select popular photos, recent photos, or choose your own photos. So I could choose what I consider to be some of my favorite photos. Take that one off, take that one on. Okay, I've selected 5 here. I can go back, I can go to my seascapes gallery, and I can also select some of my favorite photos from there. Lakes, some favorite photos from there. Okay, and click done. Okay, now obviously again I've got a problem that I've got an odd number, so I can just simply go back here and find one more photo to add to that. Where are we? Let's choose that one. No, let's choose this one. There we go. Okay, now I've got an even number of pictures. Click done. Yeah, so now on my home page I've got a slideshow going in the background. I've got a link button to my latest gallery. I've got links up here, linking to my workshops, my chosen gallery for example. And then I've got my 3 galleries here, and I've got photos here. Now because I've selected galleries here, every time I add new galleries this will automatically populate this section here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, other options, you can add a video, design, text, you can add social buttons. So all down here are all the different content options that you can add to your page. Okay, so you just select whatever pages are up here. If you've created new pages they'll appear here, and then you can go through customizing the content on each of these pages. Okay. Now obviously you can't build a website in a day. Well, maybe you can, depends how much time you have. But either way, if your website is ready and you want to publish it, or if you want to save and continue another day, then you need to go up to this button here and click done. Now if you click done, again you've got these options: publish now, save for later, discard. If you've gone this far and you realize, oh, this is terrible, I don't want to do this, I'll start again, you can discard changes. But I wouldn't recommend you do that, because even if you save, you can also just create an entirely different theme separately. Okay, so in this case I'm going to click save for later. Okay, and now you see it's saved and it's gone back to the theme, the active theme that I have. Okay, so if you go back to new site design, you'll see now in my saved designs I've got my Sierra, that's the one I've just done, and my Smoky marked as current. Okay, so this is now saved. At any time I want, I can go back I can preview, and again choose this and customize, and now I can go back to working on this page. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, I think that's about enough now because we've gone on quite long, and so in the next video, in part 3, I will show you how to set layout, background, theme, how to set individual pages and various other options. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and as I said, if you don't already have a Smugmug account and you are interested, then check out my affiliate link down in the description, which will give you a 15% discount should you decide to take up one of the packages. But as I said, you've got a free 14-day no obligation trial. You don't have to enter any credit card details or anything, so you've got 14 days to try out Smugmug, try out some of the things that I've done in this video, check out my previous video on how to build your photo galleries, and well, that's about it. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you do, and catch you later.